Hello everybody and welcome to the NASCAR All-Star Open here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway before our All-Star race, which will be coming later. We are 3 wide on the outside, already moving by Ryan Newman, Todd here on the outside. We are entering, of course, this All-Star Open. Our number 36 Market Basket Ford Mustang for front row motorsports, 3 wide. Behind us, they're crashing upside down. A huge flip. Josh Bilicki, Harrison Burton, and AJ Almondinger getting a huge crash. Coming out of turn 2 here at North Wilkesboro, Bilicki up and over, as well as Harrison Burton, both upside down, going flipping in a wild turn of events. And really, we just go around the outside 4 wide, and then they squeeze each other, and bang, turned hard into the wall, goes to the 16. The 21 gets squeezed, launches himself, and the 78 up and over. Ty Dillon damaged, as well as Ryan Newman, as both required cars avoided, but Newman gets a small little piece of it. But Ty Dillon and Harrison Burton will be knocked out of the race. Almondinger and Bilicki will both be laps down after this huge crash here at North Wilkesboro on the opening lap. And always another crash. Todd, Gill, and our teammate Cedric and myself, we go upside down. As going 3 and 4, we looked like we had set it to make an aggressive move. Clipped the bumper. Cedric spun right up the track, had nowhere to go, up into the wall, up in the air, and we go upside down here at North Wilkesboro through 3 and 4. But we're still going to be in the race somehow after this. You see, we're completely on our side. Big here, you see the 47 Stenhouse gets into us, hits us into Cindric, up into him we go, into Gill, and hard on the wall they go. We slam the wall, and then we get launched up by that spot on the wall right there. We go upside down, roll over on our lid, luckily land back on all 4s here in North Wilkesboro on this opening lap of chaotic racing so far. You can see from my view here as we sent it in the corner right there. It's a little too deep, bang, and of course up and over we go right here. But we keep it in the gas. Keep going, then you're going to see here the 38 Gillen is going to get absolutely put into the oh my goodness, we put him right into the pit wall. He's dead. We won't be seeing him again. He's gone. Todd Gillen out of this race as well, as we pretty much absolutely just killed him doing that move. So now we reset back here in 7th. The 7th have 8 cars, and up here on lap 7. We're battling the 2 Rick Ware cars of Newman and Brendan Poole for position here. As we get around on the outside, almost get into the walls. We try to get some clean racing away here. 3 wide, squeeze Poole, get by him and Newman. Bilicki throwing a big block here. We're going to go 3 wide in between him and Bubba Wallace. What a move right there. That will put us now into the top 5, into 5th place, chasing down the 42 of Noah Gregson, the 47 Ricky Stenhouse Jr. right ahead of us. Some contact up the track. We go into Stenhouse, into the wall. He goes Noah Gregson upside down off the bumper of Almondinger, and another huge crash. We set it a little too deep, and Gregson gets launched upside down by AJ Almondinger, and not the way the Legacy Motor Club driver wanted to start out his race. As we just set it in there, just clip him just enough. He gets turned around there and he goes upside down. Stenhouse also spins into the wall, and a huge wreck. Bilicki catches a little piece of Stenhouse as the caution goes out for the 2nd time here in 8 laps. See, we come from way behind, really trying to gain some spots and just clip him, and a big hit there for Gregson and Almondinger. Somehow all of this will still be in the race, but Gregson and Almondinger will be multiple laps down off the pace. So now we restart in 3rd. Here a couple of laps later on lap 14, as now we instantly jump to 2nd, passing Corey LaJoy, and now look to go for the lead here on the back of the 48 of Josh Berry, of course still filling in for Alex Bowman, who we hope comes back next week for the Coke 600. We send it underneath Josh Berry, big hit into the wall. He goes, we're both into the wall, but we get the best out of it. An aggressive send. We use up Berry, put him in the fence, and now we're leading the way here. 15 laps into North Wilkesboro, trying to sail away from the rest of the pack now. Of course, the top 2 from this All-Star Open transfer to the main event, as well as the fan vote winner, myself and LaJoy. Right now the transfer spots, but LaJoy is under heat from Berry, as right now we have this number 1 transfer spot locked up, but behind us it is still battling for positions. We lead the way here, 16 laps into the All-Star Open. Now we are going to move on to laps 18. A couple laps later, we make a mistake, slide down into the grass, and lose a ton of positions. Get into Bubba Wallace there and slot right back down now into 4th. As we just made a mistake, looked away from the screen for a minute, slid down on the grass, and just like that, there goes our race lead. LaJoy, Bubba Wallace, and Berry now all get biased, as well as the lap car of Noah Gregson. So now going to work to catch back up to those guys. Right now trying to block the 16 of AJ Almondinger. Deep send here, 3 to 4. Big around the back of the 48. Josh Berry, give him a bump right there. catch up to him in the 42 of Noah Gregson, really battling harder, bouncing off the wall here in the lap 20. Now we get to the inside, give Gregson a bump into Barry, and around we go in the wall. Barry gets us turned by Gregson, and the three of us crash, and the caution is out as we spin again up into Barry and Gregson once more. The caution comes out once again here in North Wilkesboro in the All-Star Open, as not the way we want to get this race going here, as we fall back, as we had just got up there and then hit Josh Berry. He spins in front of us, which he just pushes us up right into Noah Gregson. There's nowhere to go and turns us into the outside wall. All three of us damage. You can see here, we really sent it in deep here because we knew we were faster, can gain time. So we got in deep underneath Noah, got him a little bit, just clipped Berry to the bumper, and he slices us. And then Noah actually turns us into the wall right there, Gregson. By this time in the race, I thought it was all Josh Berry as we clipped Newman and spin back up into him. Get Barry back around, so we got a little bit of beef with Josh Berry after that one, even though it really wasn't his fault. It was more Noah Gregson who actually turned us into the wall. But the wreck as a whole thing was our fault there. So we just clipped Berry. He goes into us, into Gregson we go, and crashing we go, big damage. Then Newman hits us again, and then we go right back up into the side of the 48. Use up Brennan Poole right there, just having in frustration. Now back on lap 25. Now we pit. We're back down to 7th. Now go the outside of the 48 Josh Berry. We no longer have the hood. Oh, Newman in the wall. Big contact. We both save it and we stay green. We nearly hooked Ryan Newman and wrecked him, but now we use him up, move him out of the way. So we remain in 6th, but Josh Berry got the best out of that. Moved up to 5th. Now in the corner, we're really going to get aggressive. Sent it by Berry. Balicki open it. Gregson into the wall. They go. Gregson turns Balicki. No caution, though. We will stay green and continue racing. As now, of course, we now take 5th away from the 48. 5th away from the 48 of Barry. Now chasing on the 15 of Brennan Poole, who's having a great run in 4th place as we try to work around him here. We go to his inside, just a little bit of contact to send him right up the racetrack, almost into the wall. Myself and Barry, of course, continue to charge through the pack, going right by him. So now we're both 4th and 5th. And now we try to chase down the 47 Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as well as Corey LaJoy and Bob Wallace. You get the bumper to the 16 of Almondinger. The lap car, use him up, move him out of the way. You see 78 of Blicky, super slow there on the apron. Damage from that last wreck. He will end up DNFing from this race. You won't be seeing any more of him. As we continue to track down Ricky Stenhouse here for 3rd, trying to get the top 2 to get that transfer spot to get to the main event here. As we give Stenhouse the bumper, using him up for 3rd here. It's going to be some contact. We go to his inside. Trying to make it work now into 3 and 4 underneath them. Use up Stenhouse. And now the battle for 3rd is on. Actually, the corner, we're going to be side by side. We're going to force clear Stenhouse. And now we're into 3rd place as we now move our way up into 1 spot short of the transfer. Corey LaJoy, the 7, smelled blood in the water. There's the next car up on the list here. Got to move into P2 to get ourselves in a great spot to try to transfer this main event. We go underneath LaJoy, use him up there, get into him. Robbins racing, you move him out of the way, and we clear LaJoy for 2nd. And now we're in the final transfer spot behind the 23 of Bubba Wallace, your leader here in this All-Star Open with 30 laps to go. We slot in 2nd. LaJoy, big run behind us. We cover him off for now. He's another run in the corner. We're going to be nearly contact. He makes us send it deep, but we finish the pass. Bubba Wallace trying to pull away as we try to close in on him here in 2nd with 29 to go in the All-Star Open. As now we move on to some contact between myself and Ryan Newman, and around goes the lap car of Newman crashing into the wall, and the caution is out with 9 laps to go. After being stuck behind Bubba Wallace for that entire just run there, we get Newman spin around, bring caution to give ourselves another chance here, and it's going to be 3 to go to decide when the next flag ends the race, and Bubba Wallace leads. We're 2nd here in turn 1-2. We got to gain. We got to do whatever we can here to try to get this All-Star Open win. We can still transfer from 2nd, but you know it's all about winning. So now down the back stretch in the 3 and 4, we're going to get super aggressive with Bubba Wallace, send it deep in the corners. Heat from Barry, get into Bubba, clip him, and the wall goes Wallace. We make Cunning both go. No, here comes Barry, who goes by on the bottom, and Josh Berry's going to steal the Open win. We're going to block Bubba, take the final transfer spot in 2nd, and go into the wall afterwards. One aggressive move here, 3 to go. So we bring out the race-ending caution. We get in the back of the 23, spin him up the track, into the wall goes Bubba Wallace on the 23. We collide into him, get into the side of Bubba, get hit down the racetrack, and the 48 of Berry sneaks by full speed on the bottom, gets by both of us to steal the transfer spot with the All-Star Open win here. Of course, the NR2003 rules, the race will end under yellow. As you see, we had sent it. I just knew there was no way we were going to catch Bubba if we actually raced that normally. So we had to get in there deep. We took him out on the fence, used him up. They called a caution. I called a little bit debatable there. But Barry gets by us as we then had to fight Bubba Wallace back to the line here for second. Huge block thrown. We get second back to line, and we go sliding afterwards right here up into the 23. And we both go into the wall from the hard racing. And Bubba Wallace is now going to come up short. It's basically going to be him versus LaJoy for the fan vote. I'm going to end up deciding who it actually is. So we get in the back of Bubba Wallace. Into the wall he goes. We get into him. The 48 gets around us on the inside. Barry comes through to basically win the All-Star Open. We get second. Barely holding up Bubba Wallace. Crashing into the wall afterwards. Big hit right there. And of course, now we'll move on just to the formality of winning the race here. Coming to the yellow and checkered flags. Josh Berry wins the All-Star Open. We finish second in transfer. So myself and Berry transferring to the main event. Bubba third. LaJoy, Stenhouse, Newman. You see the rest of the field there. And Corey LaJoy is your fan vote winner as decided by myself. Definitely not a representation. Decided by myself. LaJoy will transfer over Bubba Wallace. So myself, Josh Berry, Corey LaJoy transferring to the All-Star race here at North Wilkesboro coming up shortly. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.